Hi guys. So it is our first week back in the building. Hopefully I'm in there in some capacity that you guys can talk to me. But you guys are going to be watching this video instruction for our first week of class. And basically we're going to do a reverse flipped classroom. So that means that while you're in class, you're going to be doing your research and watching the videos and so on and so forth for the project that I'm about to explain. And then at home is where you're going to be building your project. And so I'll go over that a little bit more right now. So for this week, or let me go over the structure. I kind of already did this, but we'll go over it again. So you will be using Chromebooks in class to watch videos, read information, and plan your STEM projects each week. You will be building your STEM projects at home and uploading videos or pictures into Flipgrid or using Flipgrid to present yourself or WeVideo. There's like lots of different platforms, but right now I have Flipgrid. Due to COVID, materials cannot be used in the STEM lab at this time. You do not need to buy anything. STEM is about using used resources. Oops, sorry. Well, anyways, it's about using recycled materials, anything you have around the house. So I do not expect you to go out and buy a bunch of materials, okay? All right, our first project is going to be we build a zoo. Your first build will be a zoo. You can use different mediums to represent your zoo. So some ideas are using Legos. If you have a lot of Legos around the house, you can draw. Maybe even use a stop motion app that's typically in your phone or an iPad if you happen to have one. Use of recycled materials to build a small scale model. And then again, WeVideo, if you want to create a video representation of your zoo, that would work too. Okay. And then click pictures in the first slideshow. We'll come back to that. Actually, no, we won't. We're going to do that right now. I had it there for a reason. All right, so in this, you're going to have different links to help you with your research. So this first one is there's lots of different videos you can watch. There's bear cams if you want to watch about bears and how they uh, looks like they're fishing for salmon. So this is just kind of a nice website to explore, get some visuals, maybe find the animal that you want to research, because on top of building a zoo, you guys are all going to research, pick an animal and research it. So there's that resource in there. These are two YouTube videos. One is about a guy who started a zoo, a refuge. I'm not saying that right. Sanctuary for different animals in Norway, I believe. So that's cool to watch. This one's about the Minnesota STEM Zoo project. In the computer is our Flipgrid. So if you want to use Flipgrid to present your research, you can. I would expect a little bit more than what this was just the example that I gave. So you're going to have to hit all of our research questions, which we'll go over in a minute. This is a link to kind of what a zoo using Legos could look like. If you wanted some ideas. This is a link to, oops, I believe this is a link. Oh, well, I'm supposed to have a link here for WeVideo, so I'll put that back in. The Earth has a link to, if you're interested in learning about climate change and wildlife, this is some good information on how the climate is changing the wildlife for certain animals. So that would be a good resource. And then the last one, I believe, is the toolbox. And this takes you to the Minnesota STEM Zoo project. And you can just get some more ideas. I think the video that I posted is also in here too. So Oh, I thought they showed some pictures in here, but maybe it's in here. All right, so they did a zoo design challenge. So you could read about that in there. So that is it for this part. And then in Google Classroom, you will have a Flipgrid link that I'll post on there. And then you will have two documents. So this is going to be your planning document. So you're going to need to go through and answer all these questions. Try to get some space. In fact, I think I'm going to fold these questions so I can see the questions. And then make sure you're kind of coming down and answering, in an organized way so I can tell what your answer is. But what medium, so pick a medium that you want to build your zoo with. What animals are going to be in your zoo? Are you going to have all kinds of animals or just a select few, like focusing on big cats? Where is your zoo located? How big will your zoo be? What vegetation will your zoo have? So what wildlife or greenery? Are you gonna be a tropical zoo? Then you'd have tropical type plants. And then what is the name of your zoo and possibly creating a logo if you have time. So that's the planning part of your zoo. Once you have that done and you're off and running with actually building your zoo, you are going to then do so there's two parts to this project. Then you are going to research an animal. So you're going to pick an animal and you're going to answer these questions. What is the name of your animal? What is the scientific name and classification of your animal? What are the natural habitats of your animal? What does your animal typically like to eat? What is the behavior of your animal? And is your animal in danger of becoming extinct? And if you want some examples of how to answer these questions, I've put a link here. So classification, is your animal mammal, reptile, fish, amphibian, invertebrate, or bird? So now that you've determined its classification, what are the characteristics? So go through this as a guide to help you answer those questions. And it's right here in the link. All right, so this is a lot, I know, but it is all due on Sunday, okay? And then, again, if you want to present your research in the Padlet, you can. You can create a video and tell me about it. You can create a Google slideshow. So I'm trying to give you a lot of options about how you want to present your research, okay? But it can't just, this is your graphic organizer where you get all your information. Do not just turn this in and say my research is done, okay? And then went over that. So that's the plan. All right, so yeah, pick an animal. What is your family animal? Okay, do not copy and paste from websites. I can tell you will get a 0 on the project if you do that. I already see a typo. So yeah, do not copy and paste, okay? All right, so hopefully you have just watched this in the classroom. I am on a computer for you to come ask me questions about what you just saw, okay? Miss Nikki or Mr. G are in the classroom and Miss Donette to help you. Again, you are doing all of the research, watching the videos, gathering your information in the classroom, and then you are going home to build your zoo, create your videos for the zoo, and then taking your research information and coming up with how you're going to present it. Okay? All right. That's it for now.